What is up, Wizards? Mooner is back, and today I wanted to bring you my first gameplay video with commentary. First of all, thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been giving me. I am almost to 100 subscribers. It may not seem like a lot, but it means the world to me. I started this channel just to show everybody, actually a friend of mine, how powerful Weathervane was, and this has been growing, and I intend to take this a lot further as far as I can. So thank you guys for all the support. Help me get to 100 subscribers. Like, subscribe, comment. I really love interacting with everybody, talking about Iyslander, talking about Weathervane, talking about Flesh and Blood. Let me know your thoughts on this game, and let me know your thoughts on everything going forward. I have a whole lot of things coming up in the future. In the next couple days or so, I have a Weathervane tier list video coming out. I've got some more gameplay videos coming, and I have some more deck techs coming. My Kano deck tech will be up in the next couple days. So, and hopefully everybody's skirmish season is slapping this year. Iyslander is absolutely the best deck. She's fucking broken. It's not even a question. But here we have Weathervane versus Bravo deck tech. I'm sorry, gameplay video. And before we get started, there's a couple things that I want to note, and that is Bravo is presenting me with AB3 and tech plating. Now, I think that is incorrect. AB3 can be fine, that's fine, but I think it's overkill. You know, he should be expecting Bolander, so he should have a little bit of armor, and tech plating is usually always wrong against Weathervane. You always want to be playing Tunic. You can break your frostbites with Tunic, and tech plating just gives me a window to respond. I think that is absolutely incorrect. But I wanted to show you absolutely how powerful this deck is, even against Bravo. And this isn't the best Bravo player, but I have played him a couple times. He usually does present Tunic, so I don't know why he presented tech plating. But let's get into the game. First of all, you'll notice that I have a fucking god hand. I have, two hexes, a blue. So I overpitch a little bit. I get that hex out. I get one in the arsenal. And this is just going to be a block out and get this other hex, and hopefully try to get that cold snap in the arsenal. Because there is no way to actually throw this Icebane at him and get that hex out on him, unless I want to save the hex for another turn. But no, I want to get it on him as soon as possible, block out a little bit, and get that cold snap in the arsenal. Although you could take the line of just blocking with the yellow Icebane, and then throwing the red Aether Icebane and Moon at him next turn and putting the hex on him the turn after. But I just want to see what he wants. Nope. So he throws me with the CNC, so I have absolutely no choice at this point. So I'm probably going to get pummeled. The only time Bravo usually hits you with a CNC is when there's a pummel involved. I am expecting that, so I'm going to get this hex out on him. I'm going to block out the CNC. He's going to pummel me, and then I'm going to pitch Cold Snap to Moon to just get a little more damage on him. Just trade a little bit of damage for damage. I'm going to take 4 here, but I'm going to throw back 3. That is the most efficient way to deal with a CNC pummel. And move to the next hand, see what else happens. So just as expected, I am pummeled. And I do get to present him with a little bit of damage, but I take 4. So here we go. I draw into a chill and a couple yellow Weathervanes. So what I want to do is I want to block out a little bit. I'm just going to block 2. It doesn't really matter what he hits me with. I'm going to take damage, but I want to get this chill set up. So yeah, that's fine. I'm going to take 7 from a Spinal here. I want to get this chill set up, and I want to get this Weathervane into Arsenal. Having 2 hexes, a chill, and a yellow Weathervane in Arsenal, it just is setting me up for absolutely massive amounts of disruption and damage coming at him. So that's the line I take. So this is what I want to do. I want to obviously present him with a polar cap and a Weathervane, block with this Nourishing, and unfortunately I'm going to have to put this Aether Hail in Arsenal, which isn't so bad, but He's gonna hit me with a buckle here, and at this point in the game, I don't remember what buckle does. I just know it gives something dominate and destroy some equipment. Um, so I have to really think about my blocks here for a minute. So he is gonna hit me with his hammer, and I block a little bit inefficiently here at first. I have to reconsider my blocks. I reread buckle. I don't remember what it does. It's not often that buckle is played, especially against Iyslander, but it is the one that just destroys equipment that has a -1 counter on it. So none of my equipment is in fear of being destroyed. He can't destroy my tunic or my striders, so I reconsider my blocks. I do throw Coronet Peak here in front of it. Because I intend on absolutely taking this game by the balls and not giving him many opportunities to present me with a whole lot of damage. So I just want to preserve my life a little bit here, and I throw Coronet Peak in front of it. And here I make a really big misplay. It doesn't end up hurting me at all, but it is a misplay where I take my tunic off and I play the Weather Vane. And I did not need to use my tunic resource here, not whatsoever. It doesn't end up costing me anything, as we'll see, but Polar Cap only costs 2, and I'm left with an extra resource here at the end of this turn, which could actually hurt me quite a bit in this matchup. Playing sloppy like that can actually be very detrimental. Luckily, it doesn't cost me anything except for a tunic resource, but I am able to strip a card out of his hand, put 4 Frostbites on him, and then just present him with a massive amount of damage going next turn. Aether Hail is one of my least favorite targets to put in the arsenal, but unfortunately sometimes it does have to happen, and it ends up actually benefiting me quite a bit in this matchup. He sigils here, gains a little bit of life. That's fine, because the amount of damage that takes when he sigils here, gains a little bit of life, and it's not a blue in his hand, so it can't prevent or break all these Frostbites the next turn. So I'm quite happy to see a sigil. So here I'm going to hit him with a 15 damage swing here. I'm going to hit him with 3 from Moon and 2 from Aether Hail. I'm going to bump him up to 5 Frostbites. He's going to take 10 from that. So if he wants to maintain an arsenal at all, he's going to take 15 damage this turn. And this is absolutely massive. I get to put another Hex on him and get a freezing point into arsenal. Now there is some question to hit him with the freezing point instead of let me pause this for a second. Instead of putting the freezing point in arsenal. You know, I could strip a card from his hand. I do have the Insidious Chill out. I already have 2 hexes on him, but I want to get that 3rd hex on him. I want to save those chill counters, and I want to hopefully draw into a hand like this. So yeah, let's keep going. So if I remember correctly, he hits me with a Spinal here, which I just block everything out and save the Yep, here comes a Spinal, and I'm suspecting a Pummel here. So I underblock a little bit, and I save a card to get rid of with the Pummel. So I just throw 5 in front of it, and I'm thinking about throwing that, but I don't. I'm suspecting the Pummel, which here it comes. I can discard the blue Weather Vane to it, and I go into the next turn with a red Weather Vane and a freezing point in arsenal. He sigils again, so I know I'm not getting pummeled again, so that's great. Hopefully I just draw into 2 blues, which I do. I'll have Tunic coming up next turn, so I can block a little bit. I can throw this yellow, and he just hits me with a hammer for 4, which is absolutely nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna throw this this yellow Aether Ice Vein in front of it, take 1, and then I am going to throw back an absolute haymaker next turn. So luckily my Tunic is up this turn. I wasn't hurt too much by using it inappropriately the last time. But yeah, Tunic, Weather Vane, and here we go. Here comes freezing point for 12. I'm going to pause it here for a second. Now, I consider this to be a massive misplay, and I wanted to showcase this because I elect to put Channel Lake Frigid into Arsenal instead of Blue Weathervane. Now you might be saying, yeah, that's obvious. Channel Lake Frigid goes into Arsenal. But no. If we look at the board state right now, I have one chill counter left. I have him at 28 life, and I have 3 hexes on him. And he has 4 frostbites. Now, it's going to be really difficult for him to lobby anything back with 4 frostbites, but he's going to break them, and I know he's going to break them. He's going to break them and throw back a hammer. Now, I have priority before those frostbites are removed from the stack. If I were to put that Blue Weathervane in the arsenal, which is what I should have done, I could potentially kill him next turn. And as long as I draw into a red spell, he's potentially dead next turn. And let's go to the next hand. And if I remember correctly, I do draw into a red spell, and I'll show you guys how this game got drug out just a little bit longer. But this is turn 7. I could have killed him on turn 8 if I would have just elected to put that Blue Weathervane in the arsenal. And this is why I run 3 Blue Weathervanes, especially in the Guardian matchups. You might think, well, it's a little overkill or whatever. But when you get them to a low enough life total and you have such a board state set up like this, and you have such a massive presence on the board, such as 4 Frostbites, 3 Hexes, and a Chill, that Weathervane can equal an additional 9 damage on your opponent. One, it's going to create 3 Frostbites when you play it from Arsenal. It is 1 from Icelander's hero ability and 2 from the Fuse. It's going to deal 9 more damage from the Hexes. So, and having the chill counter out, I'm going to be able to strip his last card from hand. So let's just move forward a little bit and see what happens. But I do elect to put the Channel Lake Frigid in Arsenal, which is a big misplay on my part. So let's continue. I think there is some lag in the client here, and I don't know why it takes me a little bit longer to pass priority on some instances, so just bear with me. But yeah, we are at that point. All right, pass priority, Dan. Okay, come on. I don't know if it's client lag or if it's just me lagging, but okay. So yeah, let's pause this again. So let's look at this hand, and let's look at what's about to take place here. And if I had a Blue Weathervane in Arsenal, which is what I should have had, I could play that Weathervane, break my boots, hit him with an Ice Eternal, pitching 4 into it, and fusing with the Winter's Bite, which would create an additional 5 Frostbites, equating to 15 more damage, plus the damage from Ice Eternal. So that would create 5 more Frostbites on top of the 4 there on the layer already. So that would be 9 Frostbites. Ice Eternal would deal him 9 damage, and he would take an additional, well, the 4 would break, and then he would be left with 5 more, so he would take 15 more damage. Or even if I didn't draw into an Ice Eternal, I could fuse any red spell. It wouldn't matter, but just being an encase. But that would have ended the game on the spot. He's at 16 life, and he would have just died right on the spot. He's going to break the Frostbites, lobby back some attack, and the game is going to drag on a little bit longer. But I really wanted to showcase to you guys how powerful Blue Weathervane can be in situations like this, and how if it is used effectively, it can just end the game on the spot. Going into a round where he's at 16 life, I'm at 16 life, he has all these Frostbites, all these Hexes, and I still have a chill counter left. The correct play would have been that, but let's just see how the rest of the game plays out. Obviously, he's going to activate plating. He's going to break the Frostbites. I'm going to, deal him some piddly amounts of damage here. He's going to take 3 from the Frostbite from that. I'm not even going to get to keep the Channel Lake Frigid around. So it was absolutely pointless. Um, so I'm going to take him down to 10, but I could have just ended the game on the spot there. I'm going to waste my last chill counter here with an encase. Strip a card from his hand. He's going to AB it. He has to, unless he wants to die to a top deck freezing point. But it doesn't really matter what I draw into this next turn. I can kill him, but it just prolonged the game to a point where it didn't need to go. I think there's some client lag here. I'm not sure. We'll see what's going on. And I don't even get to keep the Channel Lake Frigid around, so it was just an absolute unnecessary play to put that in the arsenal. And it's really good to watch these games back because I know what my hand was, but even not knowing what it was, the correct play was put that Weather Vane in the arsenal. So let's see. He's going to discard to the last chill counter. He's going to drop a blue from Encase and go into this next hand with 2 cards, I'm sorry. And I do get to put a Winter's Bite in the arsenal. Take a card from his hand and hopefully kill him. And here's me just refusing the pass priority for some reason. I don't know, maybe I took a bathroom break or something. Who knows? Just kidding. Okay, so we go into turn 9 here, and unfortunately I don't have enough to kill him here. He can AB everything, and so what I'm going to do is just block out whatever he hits me with. Hit him with another Encase, put Polar Blast in the arsenal, and hopefully draw into a freezing point to end this game 3 turns later than it should have gone on. But yeah, I'm going to block here. That's the nice thing about Encase that I really do appreciate, is it does threaten a lot. If your opponent is choosing to let it hit, it might just be 3 damage, but freezing all their equipment and everything might not seem that relevant, but it is going to trade a red for a blue from your opponent every single time. And it does let you function on a 2-card hand. So here we go. Polar Blast in the arsenal. As long as I can draw a decent red spell, I can end the game. Bravo has to be extremely cautious and conservative with what he chooses to do on this last turn, because being at 8 life, he can die to just about anything. He can die to an Ice Vein. He can die especially to a freezing point. But we are going into the second half of turn 9 here, and I've only seen 2 freezing points. There is a good chance that I'm going to see my third, which I don't. So I'm going to drop Polar Blast, get rid of this E-Pot, and hopefully draw into something else. But even if I don't, if he dumps his hand, I can kill him with this red Ice Vein, depending on what else I draw. So I don't expect much of an offense coming from him at this point. But I don't remember exactly. Oh, yeah, he hits me with another CNC. It's probably going to get pummeled. Doesn't matter. He's dead anyways. So here we go. Polar Blast, pitching. Energy Potion. And if, depending on what I draw into, I'm going to probe him a little bit, probably with Moon. If I'm correct, see how he chooses to AB that. And if he ABs that, it's still going to leave him with a Frostbite. I can break Boots and hit him with a red Ice Vein, which will strip that last card out of his hand, and he'll die to the Frostbites. but I don't remember what I draw into here. Yep. Oh, and I draw into a freezing point, so it doesn't matter. The game's over, whether or not I hit him with the freezing point or the Aether Ice Vein. But why prolong it any longer? Let's just hit him with the freezing point for like, what is that? It says 9, but that should be incorrect. No, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry, 3 and 1. So yeah, and then he dies of the frostbites anyways. So it doesn't matter. I don't need to block this. I'll just take this, go to 7, and he's gonna die. And that's that. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope this sheds some light on the matchup a little bit, and you know why you shouldn't be playing tech plating. Yep. Thanks, guys.